All right, Shalom. I'm going to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Shem, Shah, Shem, Dash. Double honor to the apostle and elders, great millstone. Shalom, Tyler. I came out there pushing the word of sincerity and the truth. Yeah, I just want to do this lesson on this topic dealing with Israel. Israel banning the United States over the Omi. Concerns over the Omi. You know, that's the times that we're living in. We're starting to see that, America, the Golden Cup, that was looked at in the eyes of all nations as the go-to, traveling resort. You're going to Florida and all these various places, it's starting to become a stain, as it is written, that shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. So America, that once had a high amount of glory, they're losing their grandeur, man. They're losing their position on the planet Earth. And we all know that Esau does everything by design. All right. That's why, you have the saying that it's a plandemic. All right. Because now, which Esau has already had in his plans anyways, is to isolate the American citizens from the masses of the world and microchip them as well as everywhere. But you see that one thing about American citizens, this is the most free-for-all style of country damn near on the planet Earth, man. You have the emblem of Lady Liberty, that sits in New York City, and that's the image of just liberalness, liberty to gather abroad, liberty to transgress, liberty to do whatever you want, so like I said, this whole pandemic is focused on heavily restricting the Americans from actually going out, because as it is written in the book of 2nd Ezra, that a man is going to desire to go to a city and shall not be able, and is making it where this country is basically being demonized, and that once Golden Cup that a lot of countries desired to come to for relief, for relaxation, for a form of therapy, they're despising this place. So it says Israel puts U.S. on no-fly list for first time as daily viruses cases top 1,000. Yeah, and I seen it was damn near a 200% increase. I don't know if it was all over the world, but in Fulton County, a lot of people are getting re-sick. People that actually got the booster, people that got stabbed up multiple times. They're seeing that this this juice isn't effective like that. So that's why it is written that he causeth all right, both small and great, rich and poor, to receive a mark in their forehead, right hand or their foreheads. So like I said, I didn't want to read too much in the article, because the article really, the point is being presented, at the initial title, and we already know, like I said, all these different other nations are going to follow up in that same spirit, which they've already been doing. A lot of countries, they're not messing with America. They're not trying to have even American citizens actually, go to their countries, because this is the most heavily infected country on the face of the earth in regards to this outbreak. You can actually go into, and I used to watch them daily, the actually infection rate. Lord willing, I'll actually pull it up, but you can actually look at the charts and see all the different countries, and America towers over these countries by a high margin. So this is Habakkuk 2:15. Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that puttest thy bottle to him, and makest him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness. Right, and that represents America. So the scripture says, woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink. What does the drink represent? Philosophy. All right. That's why you have one of the main things with that the Americans push is the spirit of democracy. That whole style of democracy, the whole style of America, which is a philosophy, a way of living. That's satanic in the eyes of the Most High. And you see that Esau has marched all throughout the breadth of the earth, pushing that democracy, recolonizing these different lands and putting his will upon them, his religion, his ideologies, and his way of life. That's why it says woe, which woe is a English word for destruction. Destruction unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thou bottle to him, and maketh him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness. Yeah, and all these other nations that America put all their emphasis and time into trying to expose and make naked, they're starting to be exposed and make naked. That's why you have even America's being brought upon charges, you know, against, you know, his own citizens, and is enlisted as crimes against humanity for how they treated the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, which this devil has to pay, man. You know, so, you know, you ain't got to take our word for it, which we know that we're speaking the truth, starting off with the apostles and elders on down. Look all around on the worldwide front. A lot of people are not messing with America. They don't want to associate with America. You know, hell, a lot of countries are preparing to go to war with this country. Verse 16, thou art filled with shame for glory. Yeah, so when it had, you know, it was a time where America had its roaring ages, where it was trending. Everybody loved it. It was damn near the city paved in gold. It says, drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. Yeah, so this place is being exposed, man. It's politicians, it's people in these high elected officials are being exposed for being perverts and demons, you know, damn goblins and weirdos. It says the cup of the Lord's, you know, that's why you had this whole thing with Pizzagate, you know, and all these other scandals, which they try to call us conspiracy theorists to remove the narrative, you know, and the actual facts of what goes on in this place. The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. Yeah, so America's going through that shameful spewing. You know, it had the you know, the walk of fame, but now we're starting to see the walk of shame, man. You know, like I said, this was that golden cup. Matter of fact, I'm gonna actually close with this because I didn't want to make it too long. But hit Babylon, the book of Jeremiah. Yep, Jeremiah 51:7. It says, matter of fact, I'm going to start at verse 6. Jeremiah 51:6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon. And what is that talking about? Getting your head out of the ass of the society, man. It's wicked. It's demonic. It's a snare. You know, that's why it's so captivating and alluring, you know, to keep you in that trance. You know, that's what Rome had. Rome had the Colosseums, it had the amphitheaters, all the things for bread and circus to keep the masses of the people distracted, unbeknownst that they were campaigning to destroy the Israelites. That's why you had the actual expulsion acts, you know, Claudius Caesar signed in the office. All right. You had the wars that took place. You know, of course, you had 70 AD, and the same thing is being repeated now. These Roman senators and leaders and ancient politicians, they're all reincarnated. It says, be not cut off in their iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will he will render unto her a recompense, which is what? The big payback, man. All right, you had, what was that, James Brown back in the day. He had the song The Big Payback, which that's a really good song. You know, that's indicative of America. He might not have wrote that for America at the time, but in the spirit that you know, that echoes the same sentiment. Verse 7, it says, Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Babylon is suddenly fallen destroyed. How for her? Take balm for her pain. If so, she may be healed. Verse 9, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go everyone into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. Yeah, we're in the times where these countrymen, they're looking to just dwell in their own quarters. They're seeing this place, like I said, is heavily infectious. A lot of people aren't following the so-called government protocol, you know, which is going to initiate another crackdown. You're seeing how Esau is putting these draconian legislations in heavily in effect, because he's going to drop the gavel, you know. But that's why, you know, in the spirit, the Lord is showing, you know, and he has the men of the Lord, you know, exposing this place on all spheres, man. so that the elect will actually see and recognize the Lady of Kingdoms, that whore, that made all the world drunken, and wake up from this place and pull out, because there's going to be a great deliverance and a great destruction. So hopefully brothers will edify them and end by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakwadash. Dub on us as apostle, elders, a great millstone. Shalom Amakim.